Due to the nature of the community and the preferred content types for the more recent eras of Geometry Dash, few types of videos gain more attention and views than level verification videos. Verifying a level means you are the first to beat a new creation and essentially means you are tasked with proving that it can be done, doing it legitimately and showcasing the whole layout to the community. Some verification videos gain a huge amount of attention, as you would expect with demons over a year in waiting such as Yatagarasu and Fusion Z. However, generally verifying a level at least has a small chance of going viral. Things like meta tags for Geometry Dash demons and the most recent updates sometimes allow the YouTube algorithm to spread a verification video around the community incredibly quickly, even if the level is not that long awaited or impressive. For this video, I've compiled a list of the 30 most viewed level verification videos, and we're going to be looking at the trends and view counts of each. I know this isn't a conventional video of mine, but I wanted to do this simply because it is really interesting in my opinion, and there are loads of levels on here that may actually surprise you. First of all, however, I just want to lay down the ground rules for the list. This is the top 30 that I chose from only rated levels. There are some verification videos for unrated levels that have a lot of views, such as Acropolix, but I decided not to include these as there are simply far too many to count and it's tough to draw lines on what is a level and what isn't. Also, this is a non-exclusive list simply because there are so many levels with hundreds of thousands of views that I couldn't possibly have accounted for them all. There are literally hundreds. My lowest entry, number 30, starts with just under 200,000, which is a good cap, but I'm sure there are some videos that I've missed. Also, I'm only counting actual verification videos, so no 1 million plus Guitar Hero Styles videos or practice cut format videos or any Riot replays. Aside from that, let's get down to it. Starting off our list is Retention by Woogie1411. Woogie is renowned for releasing hard demons with his unique style that are extremely difficult and unique to every update. Therefore, Retention, his former top 10 masterpiece, stood to get in the grounds of hundreds of thousands of views. Next on the list, we have Forsaken Neon, a collab between Zobros and TriAxis. Remember Zobros in this list, as his influence is the driving force behind the popularity of a lot of these demons. At 28th, we have Hexagon Force version 2, the first video on this list to surpass 200,000. Similarly, remember Neptune on this list, as his demons also accumulate a lot of attention. Only a few hundred views ahead, we have Valor, the Pokemon themed mega collab that was verified by CrazyMan50. CrazyMan again is a personality that gains copious amounts of views for his levels. At just under 1,000 views ahead in 26th, we have Sakupen. This personally has fewer views than I would have expected, especially given some of the entries above. For 10,000 views ahead of Sakupen is Hatred by Azuler and SrGuillester, an extreme timing demon. But I find it weird that this has accumulated more views from a smaller channel than Sakupen. Above Hatred, we have Windy Landscape, another popular Woogie verification video. At the time of its release, Windy Landscape videos were bringing in hundreds of thousands of views across channels. Surpassing 250,000 is Acropolis by Zobros. As with Windy Landscape, you'll find a lot of 1.9 veteran demons that all have very popular videos. Acropolis has an extra popularity boost thanks to Zobros. Ahead of Acropolis, we have Conical Depression. It is only 800 views ahead of Acropolis, but this gap will likely get bigger over time now that people have more or less forgotten Acropolis, but Conical Depression remains relevant. To finish off our 30 to 21, we have Fairydust, the second ever and much harder 9 circles level. This sits on 257,000 views and was very impressive given the difficulty for its time. Moving into the second tier, you start to have more recent extreme demons. We still have older demons, but fewer of them. Number 20 on the list is an interesting one. It's Forest Temple by Michigun. As you know, Michigun runs a fairly standard every play based channel, but his status as world number 1, at least for now, draws a lot of attention to his channel. Forest Temple gained just over 285,000 views, being Michigun's hardest and best achievement to date, before of course he beat Eldorado. Another CrazyMan level is in 19th place with High. This came at a time when Crazy's building career was incredibly popular after falling up, so anything he verified received a huge amount of attention. High grossed just under 290,000 views. In place 18th is Sonic Wave, re-verified by Sonix. Being such a legendary demon with so much history, you would expect Sonic Wave to place higher. But in my opinion, I believe this video has a lower view count because Sonix had a much smaller channel at the time. Entering 300,000 views and above, we have Theory of Skrillex by Noobas. This one I forgot to include initially on my list, but I found it on a second look through. Again, this was a popular 1.9 veteran, so achieved a lot of success for creating Noobas around that time. Above that is Red World Rebirth. This is the first instance of a channel seriously aiding the view count. Anytime Riot beats something, you can be fairly sure it will surpass 100,000 views. Combining this with a new Extreme Demon, and given it how impressive Red World Rebirth was when verified, you have a video with 300,000 plus. Artificial Ascent is next up. Combines biggest achievement to date and still a top 5 Extreme Demon. People were quite hyped for this level around the time of its release, so it quickly smashed 100,000 views, but now has carried on climbing and is well on its way to 400,000. At 15th, entering the top half of the list, we have Duelo Maestro by Nacho21. Now, I'm not really sure why, but Duelo Maestro gets hundreds of thousands of views for anyone that uploads it. SrGuillester, CrazyMan, Tosh, Guitar and many others have all reaped the rewards of incredibly prolific videos thanks to Duelo Maestro, and the verification video by Nacho21 is no exception, being the first video on this list to surpass 350k. Above Duelo Maestro in the top half, we have Acropolix, SoulsTRK's Acropolis remake in 2.0. Soul's name and popularity helped to push this. The Spanish player has even more subs than Riot now. Acropolix lies just underneath 9 circles, another demon made popular by Zobros, but this level pushes its own popularity, being the most popular demon ever from the era commencing in 1.9. That sits at just under 400,000 views. Something that sits above 400,000 is the Hell Factory by Team N2. Looking at the list now, it's hard to believe that the Hell Factory was that much of a big deal, but at the time of its release this level was second only to Bloodbath in difficulty and had been unofficially available through Satum's account, and so to see it verified was like seeing the stuff of Silent levels verified. With that beaten, it was only natural that it attracted so much attention. 11th on the list is Phobos, a Geometry Dash Gamers Like Us mega collab that was verified legitimately by CrazyMan50. Phobos again had a big reputation at the time of release. It had a controversial period of popularity around December 2015 and was unrated and deleted. To see CrazyMan verify this unbelievably hard demon that is now considered harder than Bloodbath was awe-inspiring and really helped Crazy in his rapid growth. Phobos sits at 450,000 as we enter the top 10. Now, as we look at the top 10, we begin to see some absolutely mind-boggling view counts, but also some strange entries. So far we've seen a trend. The most viewed levels are either 2.0 extreme demons or 1.9 famous levels. In the top tier, we actually begin to see more disparity in the levels that are showcased, and I think you'll actually be quite surprised by a few of them. In 10th place we have Ato by Zobros and Etzer. This again is something that was pushed by Zobros' popularity and Etzer's too, but with 470,000 views it is surprising at just how much attention this level received. The first seriously out of place looking demon on this list heads up at number 9 and is the first to exceed 500,000 views. It's Masterlocked by Master LA500. Now this one was one that really surprised me, to be honest. I'm not actually sure why it has so many views, but I'm going to hazard a guess and say that it got most of its popularity through the hype surrounding Deadlock back when 2.0 came out. There is a series of master levels, but I cannot see how they could push this to 500,000 views worth of popularity. About 25,000 views ahead of Masterlocked is Heartbeat, yet another CrazyMan50 level, even. Heartbeat is an extreme demon, but had a freakishly large number of views for what the level is. However, this popularity has come from a steady stream of constant views since its release nearly a year ago, as the more recent victors have claimed that it's a seriously underrated level, so the level has never really lost relevance, even now. Another CrazyMan level ahead of, and this one is Crazy's most famous, is Falling Up. CrazyMan is a sort of modern day Zobros, being so amazingly gifted at both playing and creating. His last couple of levels before this that brought attention to his creator career were actually not solo levels. Phobos was a mega collab he simply verified and didn't build in, and Heartbeat was decorated by AncientAnubis and Airswipe. So, when Crazy came out with a great looking solo level with a catchy song, it of course blew up. It never actually made the demons list for some reason, but it's still on the legacy demons section of the new list. The final demon outside the top 5 is the Theory of Everything 2 version 2 by Neptune, clocking an absolutely massive 628,000 views. I didn't initially understand why this was such a popular level, but then I remembered that this is the last thing Neptune ever built and was a perfect cap for his ultra famous version 2 series of levels. To put it simply, this is the most recent and most potent part of Neptune's legacy, given he has all but disappeared from the community now. Now we enter the top 5, the Grand Masters of level verification. In 5th place we have Yetagarasu. If you were expecting it somewhere on this list, here it is. Yetagarasu currently has around 635,000 views, only a few ahead of Theory of Everything 2 version 2. But the thing is, it is one of the newest and most recent entries to the list. Yetagarasu was verified at the end of January and has managed to rack up over 500,000 much faster than some of the others have. Yetagarasu is one that will continue to grow more quite quickly. Personally, I think it will outgrow the number 2 on this list, but will not ever quite be as popular as the number 1. But we shall see what happens during the 2017 period. Topping 700,000 views at number 4 is Poltergeist by Andromeda. Sounds crazy, right? That's just a bog standard hardish demon now. Well, at the time, Poltergeist was the hardest 9 circles level that had ever been released. It also came at a time when Andromeda's popularity was peaking. It was the perfect storm of factors for this to become one of the most popular levels ever. I'm going to quickly add an honourable mention here, Blast Processing version 2 by Neptune. Another part of Neptune's recent legacy. Blast Processing version 2 is close now on 800,000 views. The reason it couldn't be on this list is because it's not a demon. But if it were, it would place 4th, pushing Poltergeist down to 5th. Moving into the top 3, we have the Ultimate Demon mix in 3rd. This is the final level Zobros' name pushed, and it is the level most commonly associated with him besides 9 circles. This video gained a huge amount of views thanks to its timing at the end of 1.9, and also piggybacking off the legacy of the Ultimate Level mix it was inspired by, which had a lot of fame in 1.9 thanks to Real Soul Dash and MegaMan's top 10 online levels video. Also, to this day, it's still favoured by the YouTube algorithm, as it's the first thing to be found when you type Zobros into YouTube. So, moving on to 2nd place, we have the first video on the list to surpass 1 million views, The Ultimate Phase by Andromeda. This came within a few days of Poltergeist, and helped really launch Andromeda's pre-confession career into the stars. The Ultimate Phase remains the 2nd most popular demon ever, and at the time of release it was the hardest thing ever beaten when recorded. Only Cataclysm and Ice Carbon Diablo X sat above the Ultimate Phase when it was beaten, and neither had verification videos. So what is the number 1? Well, it's quite an unsurprising entry in all honesty, and you were probably waiting for it and probably guessed it. It's Bloodbath. With a staggering 3.5 million views, this video absolutely blitzes the competition, with both a famous player to push the video, constant relevance, and simply the fact that this was one of the hardest challenges in not just GD but in gaming for its time ever to be beaten. Bloodbath takes the grand prize for one of the most famous Geometry Dash videos of all time, not least the most famous level ever to be verified. I said I don't think Yetagarasu will exceed this because it just keeps growing. The living legacy of Riot's empire will surely hit 5 million views before it starts to stagnate, and who knows what its total tally will be at the end of its life cycle. Thanks for watching. I've been C1997 and I'll leave you with this. Be sure to look out for Fusion Z, Black Blizzard, Sonic Wave Infinity and Bloodlust's videos when verified, as they will probably smash this list too. Thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.